And they have a really talented quarterback, and we're just preparing for him, his athleticism, his ability to make plays. They're a really good program. They have athletes all over the field, so we just, we're working on us. We're working on being assignment perfect, having everybody in the right spot at the right time, and if we do that, it's nobody that we can't play with.
Does it change the game as a linebacker having a guy that's legs are just as good as his arms? Like, what do you have to do?
I mean, that's always, when you have a dual threat quarterback like that, it always makes the game harder because even if, everybody's locked down in the back end, he can still take the ball down and run with it. So we just have to make sure that our D-line keeps their rush lanes and keep containing on them and keep them bottled in.
What's the emotions like now that you finally got to Notre Dame week?
We've been waiting on this, but we just take it game by game. Every game is an important game. This is just the next one in our road to the national championship. So we taking them very seriously, and for this to be number 2 versus number 5, it's a very big game, for the rankings and things like that.
How much does it help having been in this situation before? You guys have been on game day. You guys have played the 8 o'clock game. How much does that help moving forward into this Saturday's game?
I mean, that's what we're used to. We're used to playing in big-time games, and, big-time players make big-time plays in those type of games. So I'm ready to see how my boys come out and how we rally in offense and defense and put it all together so we can play our type of football, play Florida State football.
Last time these two teams faced each other was in the Champs Bowl. When you look back at that game, do you think it was a turning point for this university, for Florida State, to get prominent once again?
Yeah, it was. I was actually at that game, and that was part of our rebuilding of this program. It was a step in the direction that Jimbo's taking Florida State, and since that game, we've gotten better. We've increased in talent level with recruiting and things like that. So looking back at that game, it was a stepping stone to where we are now.
Do you think it's the same on the flip side for Notre Dame? It was kind of a stepping stone for them to get back into the prominence once again.
Yeah, I mean they've been having a pretty good year this year. They're 5-0. Their program is coming back. They had a couple rough games last year, so I feel like they're coming. Everybody wants to make a name off of us, so I feel like they're going to come in and give us the A game like everybody else has.
What concerns you the most about Notre Dame?
Just containing the quarterback. That he's a big dual threat. He's able to run the ball and pass it. So being able to keep him contained and keep him bottled up and not let him make too many big plays. That's one of the big things we have to do as a defense. We have to eliminate big plays, and we have to create turnovers and get the ball in our offensive end. Because when we do that, they score points, and it just changes the whole momentum of the game.
Both quarterbacks in this game combined have lost 1 game. Will this be a game of just who wants it more?
It's always who wants it more, man. That's the thing with football. You've seen over the past couple of weeks, any team can be beat, and it's just about who's going to go out there and execute the best at that time. So we're preparing all week long. Our practice is the practice perfect. No mistakes. Everybody has their assignment. Everybody has the right technique, doing the right things at the right time, so that we can be successful.
As a player, what is it like to play in a game the whole country will be watching?
I mean, when you come to Florida State, that's what you expect. So we played in a lot of games where the whole country has our eyes on it. It doesn't add any extra pressure. It makes you perform. But we always try to perform right at our best at every game. So that's nothing new.
Do you think this game will be a shootout?
Hopefully not. Hopefully our defense can contain them and keep them from putting up too many points on the board and get the ball in our offense's hands so they can do what they do and let them score.
And finally, what is one thing Notre Dame does extremely well you have to prepare for?
I mean, they're well coached. Their offensive scheme is they know what they're doing on that side of the ball and they have a plan. So we know that they're preparing for us just as hard as we're preparing for them. So just their scheme and their discipline and the way that they can make plays, that's what we're preparing for.
Okay, with game day coming back and another title looking more attainable, what would it mean to the program and you to be the last school to win the BCS and the first school to win the first playoff series.
I mean, that's been one of our goals since we won last year. As you know, as always, our goal is to win the championship every year. But to be the last team to win the BCS was big time. You know, we had the last crystal ball. But to be the first team to win the new AP trophy would be very big time.